Hey everybody, it's Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be going over my Boujack deck profile. So, to start with, I'll read it's not too different on both sides in all fairs. So, also once per turn, when a Boujack Brigade card is played in your battle area, draw one card. And this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So, that's the first auto, and the second one is when you combo with one of your cards during your turn, if your combo area has two or more Boujack Brigade cards that you comboed from the battle area, choose which one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. If you KO the card, negate the skill for duration of turn. So you can combo two from the battle area and pop something in rest mode. The entire deck kind of revolves around putting stuff in rest and killing it anyway, so it does help out. You awaken on 4 by flipping it over. It doesn't have any abilities on awakening, which kind of sucks, but it's because it can do a lot unawakened. So it goes into Boujack the Pirate Captain. So it gains the permanent of you can combo Boujack Brigade cards in rest mode that are in your battle area. So similar to the Universe 7 Gohan, you can combo rest mode stuff. And its autos are unchanged on this side. The only difference is that its first auto is now just when you combo with when a Boujack Brigade card is played in your battle area, you draw a card. You don't gain power, so it just makes up for the fact that you're 10k beforehand. Now you're 15k, you literally just draw a card when you play a Boujack Brigade, and the other ability isn't different. So what is the difference? Double check. No, it's no different, so not the most impressive leader in the world. So start off by going into the extra cards. So we've got 3 copies of Arrival of the Space Pirates. So this is pay 1, active main. Choose up to one Boujack Brigade card with an age cost of 2 or less from your deck and play it in rest mode, then shuffle your deck. So a lot of stuff besides everything besides Boujack and the super combo and the quick shift, if you run that, is 2 or less, so just basically get a free card from your deck, and then they tend to activate their autos upon doing so. So it's a nice little way to just play things out. Well, in the gates of the deck we got 3 copies of Fatherly Love Saves the Day and 2 copies of the Flying Nimbus. So Nimbus is negate the attack, then you replace a yellow card from your hand in drop. If you do so, your opponent can only attack one more time with battle cards for a duration of turn. So it's just a nice way to slow down aggression. And Fatherly Love is if you lose yellow, negate the attack. Then if your opponent has 4 more cards in rest mode, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest. So it's good once they start playing out the game a bit more, because you put stuff in rest which you can then kill later on, or you can just stop another attack. Same with Nimbus, it just slows down the aggression, which is what the deck really needs. And finally in the extra cards we have 3 copies of Merciless Farewell. So this is pay 1, active battle. Choose 2 cards from your hand and place them into your drop. If your lead card is a Boujack Brigade card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So it's a nice way to just kill something off whilst you're attacking, provided it has to be in rest, but it's still kind of useful. So if you know there's something that's in rest that you can't beat over, you can be like, okay, well, smack into this thing and I'll kill that whilst I'm at it. So going into the battle cards and starting with the 1-drops, we have 3 copies of Opt King Dad at Heart. So this is a 1-drop 4k power and has the permanent ability of all of your other yellow battle cards in your battle area with an edge cost of 3 or less gain barrier, which is very helpful for the deck because the only thing that tends to be above cost 3 is the big Boujack. So, and the quick shift if you run it, but basically everything else gains barrier in the deck, and you kind of need that because you need your Bojack's Brigade on the board, you need Bojack on the board to do evolution and abilities. So this is just an easy way to save stuff than have to combo or like redirect attacks or whatever. It's just it's got barrier, beat it or suck it. I don't know. We've got 2 copies of Son Gohan ready for a match. So it's the 1-drop 5k power, and its auto is when you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards from energy cost 4 less and switch it to rest mode. So it's just a really good 1-drop for putting things in rest because the range is 4 or less power. Well, yeah, 4 or less energy cost. It doesn't get around barrier sadly, but it's still a range between 1 and 4, so can't complain. And it's just a handy card to have as fodder. So we've got 4 copies of Space Pirate Beto. So he has the permanent of you can only have up to 1 copy of himself in the battle area. His auto is when you play this card, if your leader is a Bojack Brigade card, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Bojack Brigade card among them, add to your hand, then shuffle the deck. So you can add your super combo, you can add your Bojacks, anything else that you're missing from any combos that you intend to do. So it just searches the entire deck really. And you have the active main of placing this card in its own drop, then choose 5 Bojack Brigade cards from range cost 2 or less from your drop, shuffle the chosen cards into your deck. So technically from the way it's worded, the way we've kind of seen it is that you can make this the 5th card when you put stuff back in. It has to be an edge cost 2 or less, so it's basically himself, Goku and a couple others that are just handy to have, especially the Zhangye. So it's a nice way to recycle the deck, and because you're calling stuff out of the deck, it's an easy way to get those things back. There is finally in the 1-drops 4 copies of Space Pirate Boujack. So again, he has a permanent ability of you can only have 1 of him in play in your battle area. It has the first auto of when you play this card, choose up to 1 Bojack's Brigade card in your hand from range cost 2 or less and play it. So it can be Beto or it can be 1 of the 2-drops in the deck. And its secondary auto is when you combo with this card from battle area, if your lead card is Bojack's Brigade, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So again, putting stuff in rest, triggering abilities, doing things, because like the big Bojack requires things in rest to really hurt your opponent. So it's another way of doing it. And because you can combo with him in rest mode, it means you could swing him if you want, or just play him in rest with a rival. So going into the 2-drops, we have 4 copies of Space Pirate Goku. So it's 2-drop 15k. He doesn't have the permanent that the other 2 have, so you can have multiple. His auto is when you play this card, if your leader is a Bojack's Brigade, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and it cannot switch to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. So just pin something down in rest mode. Again, it has to be something about barrier, but you can lock them down with a 2 cost, so not a bad trade-off. And he has the active main of paying 1 energy, you place them into your drop. If your leader is Bojack's Brigade, choose up to 1 Bojack with an energy cost of 3 in your hand and play it, which at the moment Bojacks tend to have, so it saves you 2 energy on playing a Bojack out, which is really useful in this deck. And you can swing with him beforehand and then just play another one out if you really want, and just keep that cycle going. And next is 4 copies of Space Pirate Zhangye. So she's 2.3k power, so obviously not really an aggressive unit. She does have the permanent of you can only have one of her in play in your battle area. Her auto is when you play this card, if you lose the card as Boujack's Brigade, choose up to one Boujack Brigade card from your deck with an energy cost of 1, play it, then shuffle your deck. So at the moment your two targets are, I'll show you now, Beidou and Boujack. Ideally a combo you can do with this is you play Boujack to play Zhangye to play Beidou, and then Beidou to search whatever you want. So try and do that if you can, provided your opponent doesn't bloodlust you, or however else they do that. And it has the active main of placing this card in its energy drop. Choose one Boujack card in your battle area and it gains critical for a duration of turn. So it's a way to make Boujack more of a threat and place another card out from your deck. So going into the 3-drops now, we have 4 copies of Agents of Destruction Boujack. So it has 20k power. Has the auto of when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and switch it to rest mode. So finally a way around barrier. And the active main of pay 2 energy. If this card is in rest mode, choose your opponent's lead card, switch it to rest mode, and it cannot be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. So if for some reason they haven't got their lead in rest, a lot of decks tend to, so don't be surprised if you don't do this often. But it is a way to stop them from gaining like an extra card or whatever because their leader has to be in rest mode, well, in active mode. And it's just another target for the Boujack based abilities. And with 20k power it's a stronger target than the other Boujack, so it's pretty useful. And it's Boujack's Brigade obviously, so it's searchable. Next we have 4 copies of our super combo, which is Merciless Strike Zhangye. So as 0 cost 10k combo regardless. It is Sparking 5 for the draw. Obviously if you have a yellow leader and 5 or more cards in your drop, you can draw a card, which is again doable in this deck even if you do recycle something back. And because it's Boujack's Brigade, it's searchable with 1 drop. If it was 2 energy then it would be really useful, but you know, don't want us recycling super combos, which is good. So next we have 2 copies of Piccolo the Resolute. So it's 3-drop 15k power. It has the auto of when you play this card from your hand, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with an edge cost of 3 or less in rest mode and KO them. So it's a way to kill 2 rested things off, which is useful because it just clears their board a bit. And just like the Gohan, he's kind of like a bit of flack for the deck. You can lose him or you can increase him depending on your preference. And finally in the 3-drops we have 4 copies of Space Pirate Boujack. So it's a 3-drop 19k power. He has the permanent of if this card would be KO'd, you may instead place 1 Boujack Brigade other than this card from your battle area into the drop. So you can kill off a different Boujack's Brigade to keep him alive if you want to. It's kind of why Ox King's in here, because then the only way your opponent can kill it is through like smacking it down, but you just keep him in active mode and it's basically safe. It has the auto of when you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your hand and place it in your drop. If you do, you can choose up to 1 arrival of space pirates from your drop area and add it to your hand. So it's a way to recycle our extra card, which gets cards out the deck and starts combos. So it's pretty useful. I have 19k power, it's an awkward number to get around. And the final card of the deck is our 8-drop. Again, at 4 copies, is Boujack the Plunderer. This is kind of what we build up to in the deck, because it is a nasty piece of work, and Matt is flipping it off camera obviously. So it's 8-drop, 25k power. It's EX evolve for 3 yellow energy, 1 colours onto a Boujack with an energy cost of 3, which we have 2 targets for. So its first auto is, when you play this card, if you have 5 or more life, choose all of your opponent's cards and switch them to rest mode. So that's why we have bits that just slow down aggro, so that we can try and keep it 5 or more. Its second auto is, when your opponent switches one of their cards in rest mode to active mode, if your lead card is Bojack's Brigade, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to their warp. So obviously the entire deck is trying to rest things as you play, which means they lose more cards, because during their untap you've got like energy, leader, battle cards that you haven't tagged down, and just God knows whatever else. So for every one thing that they bring up, another card goes from their hand, and you can potentially empty their hand out. And because it's not restricted on how many you can play, you can just bring more of these out and stack up how many cards they lose. And finally, he has the active main of, once per turn, choose 1 Bojack's Brigade card in your battle area and place it in the drop, and he'll gain dual attack for the duration of turn. So then he becomes a 25 dual attacker, and obviously since we have Jean Gear in the deck, we can send her off, so he will then gain critical, which means he can do 2 attacks, both of which can do critical damage. Doesn't have double strike sadly, otherwise that would make it more amazing, but the fact that you can destroy your opponent's hand with Bojack is kind of where his pudding comes in. So that being said, that is my Bojack deck profile. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for watching. Bye!